Discover the best-kept secrets from the leading entrepreneurs across the globe. Learn from the greatest minds in business with the MyCoda podcast. Here's your host, Sam Payne.
Hello and welcome to the show. Now, today's guest is Jeff McMahon, and guys, I was so excited to get him on because he is involved in the health, fitness and wellbeing industry. Okay, and what he does is provide virtual online training programs where he's helping very busy, extremely successful entrepreneurs across the world stay in shape. And it goes beyond staying in shape though, guys. Now, this is something that's close to my heart because for anyone that knows me knows that I've got my other business, which is my CrossFit gym. I've had that business for well over 4 years now. It's going strong. It's getting stronger year in, year out. We get bigger and bigger. And for me, I started that as a passion because I loved the health and fitness industry, and I loved not just the industry and how it made me feel. I loved how it helped others feel, how it made them progress, how it made them stronger physically and mentally by putting them through their paces, through really hard workouts. And my first real experience with this was when I used to instruct on the para fitness courses for guys who wanted to go through the British Army and get their military jump wings and serve with the paras and the airborne forces. I took them through a selection phase of their fitness tests. Okay, the first phase of their fitness tests when they left brigade and went on to do the P company before they got their wings. And I saw very average guys, okay, and they were, on the surface, they didn't have much about them, turn into strong, physically robust, mentally robust individuals through conditioning, through hard, tough physical conditioning. And guys, the effect it had on these people was incredible. And it really highlighted to me that actually, this isn't about just staying in shape. This is about creating someone who has got an all-round strength, okay, which is they're strong physically, they are strong mentally, they are healthy, they've got more energy, they are vibrant, they are vibrating at a level which no one else can match. And it comes from putting themselves through hard physical training, through dieting and eating well, through laying off the alcohol, through living a strong, healthy lifestyle, guys. And this is what Jeff's doing. And this is why I was so excited to have him on the show. So I first heard about Jeff when he was helping Pat Flynn out. He's been working with Pat Flynn, John Lee Dumas, so many other very influential entrepreneurs in this space. And all he wanted to do, guys, was provide value. That was literally his first thought. I want to provide value here. And it turned out that Pat had him on the show and interviewed him on his show. And his story was so powerful because not only has he got the skill and expertise when it comes to helping people live a healthy, active lifestyle, he's also got the business side of things where he's set up an extremely successful online fitness business where he's doing very well, guys. I mean, he's turning over hundreds of thousands in profit. He's got loads of clients he's onboarding all the time, very successful entrepreneurs, and he's generally providing a ton of value to a lot of people. So for anyone that's in the fitness industry, guys, and they're thinking of setting up online training programs, Jeff is one of those people that has nailed it and is doing it very well. So guys, please enjoy this one, and just bear in mind that this topic of staying in shape and staying healthy is one that shouldn't be taken lightly, because without your health, you have nothing. Okay, you literally have nothing. So, guys, enjoy this one. Jeff is a great guy, and Jeff, thank you so much for coming on and just giving us some of your time. And guys, notepads and pen time. Here we go. Here is the MyCoda podcast with Jeff McMahon. What's up, everybody? Sam Payne here, and welcome to the MyCoda podcast. Now, today's guest is Jeff McMahon from Total Body Construction. Jeff is a specialist in health, fitness and wellbeing, and is now targeting busy entrepreneurs like yourself with virtual training plans. Jeff, how are we doing today?
I am fantastic, Sam. Thank you for having me on your show.
Hey, thank you for coming on. I mean, as soon as I heard you on the Smart Passive Income, I had to get you on because, one, I've got a massive background in the fitness industry myself, so I instantly just love chatting to other guys within the industry. But two, you are solving the issues a lot of entrepreneurs are facing today with regards to their own health and fitness. So just thank you for coming on and giving us some of your time.
You're absolutely welcome. I'm a pleasure to be here.
Cool, man. So just before we kick things off, though, for the guys out there that may not be familiar with you, could you just give us a bit of background information on yourself, who you are, and what it is you do?
Yeah. I'm married, 2 kids. My wife's a police officer, so we have a police German Shepherd at our house, which makes things a little interesting.
Nice.
And then I am a virtual health and fitness coach. I train online entrepreneurs all over the United States / world. I got people in Puerto Rico, Philippines, Canada, and then much of the United States. And main thing of what I do is I give people their freedom back when it comes to health and fitness, because the biggest issues everyone always struggles with is finding time and knowing what to do. So through my programs, allowing them to work out at home with me as a live trainer, they have the accountability, they have the convenience, and they get the results because they have a coach there pushing them, every single week. So that's what I do basically in a nutshell.
Awesome, man. And you must have a very safe house, by the way, of a police officer and a police dog.
Yeah, it's a very safe house.
Your kids are safe. So, I mean, you've obviously achieved a lot within the online fitness world, and it's a really hard world to crack into. So, has it always been like a success from the start? I mean, how hard was it for you to go from like the offline stage to launching and getting to where you are now?
It's very hard. I mean, it still is to this day, just because I'm not a household name. I'm not a common thing that a lot of people do. So it's that knowledge of market to entry, of how to explain my services to people so they understand, oh, wow, this is out there. This is perfect. I want to sign up kind of thing. So, my typical work week is 70 to 80 hours a week. A lot of that's training with clients, but then the other part of it is the late night business development. I do my own recruitment and marketing for clients and stuff. So I'm pretty much a one person shop, and in doing so, growing to the point that now I'm at the stage about to hire 9 trainers coming in January. Business is definitely growing to the online market and spreading out across. So it has been a good 18 months of building my business before now it's going to take it to the new level starting in January.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations, by the way, for getting to that stage, because a lot of people struggle just to break through that initial part where it's just hustle. But the fact that you've got 9 trainers coming on is just incredible. So how long have you actually been doing this though, Jeff? I mean, what's your background in the fitness industry?
Well, my background's a little bit different than your typical health coach or personal trainer or whatever. My degree's in pre-med and pre-pharm, and then I'm dual certified in exercise science and sports medicine. So that allows me to train a very vast array of people in front of me, whether it's extreme athletes to injury rehabs to elderly people to young kids. So, I mean, anyone that's put in front of me, I have the knowledge and or availability of helping those people with a wide gambit of knowledge. And then I've been a trainer for 9.5 years, and in my 7th year is when I got into online training. Heard Pat Flynn talking about his goal of wanting to do a triathlon, and so I offered my services. I don't know if you guys follow Gary Vaynerchuk, but I jabbed the hell out of Pat and offered my services for free for 9 months to get him from basically ground zero to finishing a triathlon, 112th out of 1,200 men, beating his goal time by 20 minutes, and having enough endurance to do another triathlon the month after. So, in those 9 months of providing value to him, showing him how awesome this is to have a virtual coach, that way he's not, having to waste time driving to a gym, having to change at the gym, deal with traffic, all the stuff that prohibits people from being active and fit. All those excuses are gone when you have a health coach that can tell you exactly what to do. You go out and do it, and then it's no waste of time whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's a great story as well, because I think people can really learn a lot from what you've done with Pat there. Because, I mean, was it always your intention to stay as Pat's trainer long term, or was this something you went out to do just to say, do you know what, I'd just love to work with Pat and see what I can do with him? I mean, what was your initial intention there when you started approaching him?
Well, I didn't even know how big or popular Pat was when I approached him. I just got into the podcast realm. A friend of mine said I should listen to some podcasts to get some business advice. And so I started listening to his, and it was just, I have a unique way of finding a value of what I can provide to whoever's in front of me. And so when he said he wants to train for a triathlon, I immediately jumped on it, offering, just in a random email, hey, I thought about your comment about triathlons. I'd love to train you. I've trained 7 Ironman athletes. I have a guy that's 68. That's the number 1 male triathlete in Ohio right now. Wow. So I was like, hey, I'd love to train you for free just to show you how much value I can provide. And then all I ask in return is a little bit more knowledge on how to grow an online business, because I, at the time, had nothing. So it was a perfect trade for him, because, for him, it's just a simple call, once a month to go over some ideas that I had. But in the same token, he's getting all these results, working out and kicking butt at the same time.
Yeah. So what you got in return was far greater than the value of money. You actually had Pat Flynn as a mentor, which is just incredible.
Yeah, and I also get to use him as leverage too. Like when I'm putting out my emails to other potential customers and clients and say, hey, I train Pat Flynn, John Lee Dumas, Chris Ducker, Jeff Wenberg, all these people that people know. As I build my leverage up, that makes me more and more and more of an authority, which is what everyone wants to do in their own particular space. So I just got lucky with Pat, but I used him as much as possible to, get John Lee. Oh, you train Pat? Oh, of course I want to train with you. Oh, you train John and Pat? Of course I want to train with you. It's like that scenario is really helpful for my business.
Absolutely. And do you know what? Something very similar happened with me, actually. I'm still trying to get Pat, to be fair. He's quite a big fish in the podcast world to get. But, I first interviewed Neil Patel. Then I managed to get John Lee Dumas and Nathan Chan. And then Chris Ducker agreed to interview me as well for the back. So I know exactly what you're talking about with getting in those small circles. Because once you're in there, you tend to sort of float around the same sort of big fish, I suppose. So would you say then it's a fair comment that coming on board with Pat and then getting introduced to guys like John Lee Dumas and Chris Ducker has been a sort of a massive contributing factor to your sort of growing popularity in the sort of last 18 months?
Yeah, but it's also a lot of pressure. I mean, those people are great to, have boast about you and things like that. But I also have the pressure of delivering every single time that I'm with them. And, you're only as good as your last at bat. So it's the whole point of making sure they're getting results, making sure I am, not missing any appointments. I am getting them to wherever they want to be in the time frame that they're hoping to get that and do that. But, I know my craft. I'm really, really good / excellent at it. And, from there, I've been able to, I've been training with Pat for 18 months. December will be 2 years. So 20 months we've been training together now virtually. So that says something right there.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, you no matter how big these people are, you've still got to be great at your job, because otherwise they'll just drop you, I suppose, and try and find someone else. So
yeah, I mean, they can afford anyone they want to.
Exactly. And so that's a massive testament to you as well, and your ability and what you do. So a lot of guys might be listening to this, because I've got I own a CrossFit gym, and I have a lot of guys in the PT world, new PTs coming in, and they all want to sort of take their businesses online. They're not sure how to, and they find that transition really hard. So I'm interested to know, because you said you worked 7 years prior to actually taking your company online. I mean, how was that transition for you, and how difficult did you actually find it to break into the online world?
Well, like I said, it was better that I had Pat, but and in the first 9 months, like with Pat, I didn't really take much of it. I had a website, but it wasn't drawing traffic or anything like that. Honestly, if I, to give advice to people out there wanting to break the online world, find who your niche is that you want to target. Like mine is online entrepreneurs. I knew that going into it, that's who I wanted to target. But if you're better with elderly people that are just retiring, I would target financial advisors that have a whole plethora of customers that have no kids at home, extra money to spend, and this would be great for them because think about the longer older people stay alive, the more these financial advisors are making money on them. It's a win-win relationship like that. I would just try to find what your niche is and target. I knew Pat, once I got to know him, had a whole connection of other online entrepreneurs that are successful, that can afford, training and stuff like that. A lot of people in the online world try to get right into the nutritional side. Oh, I'll write you a meal plan, or I'll email you a workout. I took it to the next level, and I use software ptonthenet.com, which when I send a workout to someone, it has a video of the exercise, a picture of the exercise, and a description. And all I have to do is write down how many reps and sets and like intensity they use. But that way, when they have an email from me, they know exactly what to do in the hotel and that kind of stuff. So that's a huge advantage over the next competitor, as well as I do live training one-on-one, which is a lot of what these people need. These people that want online need the accountability, and they need someone to watch their form, make sure they're not getting hurt, things like that, as well as, build that relationship. People love to connect with other people. That's why we're on this planet. So those three pieces of advice I say would be huge, and that you got to know your niche market of who you want to serve.
No, I think that's great advice. And guys, as well, I'll put the link in the show notes to PT on the net as well, because I've actually heard of that software before. I haven't used it myself, but I've heard a lot of people rave about that. So I'll definitely chuck that in the show notes for the guys listening today. So I'm interested to know then, Jeff. I mean, you knew that you wanted to go down this entrepreneurial, you wanted to target entrepreneurs, online entrepreneurs. So has entrepreneurship always been in your blood? I mean, have you ever had a normal job or have you always just worked for yourself?
No, I definitely had normal jobs. I was a marketing manager for Abercrombie & Fitch right after college. Did that for a few years until I got into the personal training business. And as a personal trainer, I worked for a corporate gym for 6 years as their head trainer over 37 gyms in the Midwest of the United States. So I hired trainers, trained trainers on how to be successful trainers using all the equipment. Like, we weren't allowed the trainers to use any selectorized machines, so it was, BOSU, stability balls, kettlebells, dumbbells, battle ropes, you name it. The fun stuff that us trainers like to use, I trained them on how to do that so their customers were getting a better functional fitness approach for this. And then when my gym got bought out by LA Fitness, I went on my own, and I had a crazy idea of starting a 5K charity race business. So I'd get all these charities to be partners with me on a 5K, and I would promote the race, get people to the event, and then split the money with these charities. Well, I almost went bankrupt, almost lost my marriage. It was not a good time for me because I was trying to go for that shiny object, that quick buck, versus doing what I'm truly passionate about and love, which is helping people, staying with the health and fitness. And once I did that, I went from making $32,000 a year. Now I'm into the six figures and going into a 7-figure business next year. So it's definitely finding your passion and knowing what you love to do makes all the difference in the world.
No, I love that. And I can completely relate to that, actually, because originally when I first started out, I got my fitness qualifications when I was in the army, and I was training guys in the army for about 7 years, and then 6 years, sorry. And then when I got out, it was so hard. So the thing I didn't realise was you actually have to work your ass off to get those first few clients in, and then you have to work even harder to get more in. And I think that's where a lot of PTs go wrong, is that they think that people just turn up wanting personal trainers and just want to give you their money, right?
Right. No, that doesn't happen.
No, absolutely not. So, and some people might even argue that you're an overnight success after being on smart passive income, but what they don't see is the 9 months you put in working with Pat and the years of graft you put in perfecting your trade before that as well, because I'd imagine that doing what you're doing, you have to have such a vast, I don't know, sort of broad knowledge of the fitness industry as a whole, because you're presented with so many different challenges from so many different people, right? Especially from serving clients all over the world.
Yeah, I would definitely, if someone's just getting into the fitness world, I would definitely recommend going to a gym that will be providing you clients, and get your feet wet for at least a year. Like, understand, because when you're on your own and you don't know what you're doing and then people start to leave you, that word of mouth will spread and then your reputation is shot. So when you're in a gym, it's not as bad, but when you're on your own and like it's your ass on the line and you got to really handle it, you want to make sure that you know how to serve whoever's in front of you to the best of they want to make them 100% happy when they walk away.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, would you agree as well? Because when I speak to personal trainers, and this is something I learned the hard way, is when people become personal trainers, they feel that firstly they are a trainer, but actually firstly you're a salesman, because you have to sell yourself, you have to promote yourself, market yourself, and continue doing that all the way through your career, I suppose. And I literally went out just trying to be like the best trainer possible, and I was looking around me and guys were not very good trainers, but they had so many clients, and it didn't click to me that actually they were just awesome salesmen. So I thought if I could just combine the two, I'd be on to a winner. And as soon as I discovered that, money started coming, So have you experienced the same?
Yeah, I mean, when I was going through my personal training and the corporate gym that I was working at, I always said the quote of the difference between an okay trainer and an excellent trainer is confidence. So those confident guys that know how to do the sales, how to sell themselves, present themselves in front of someone else, are always going to get the sales, versus those guys that might have all the knowledge in the world but are timid and shy. This is a crazy world we live in where you have to be strong, you have to be confident and be able to back up that confidence. But when you have it there, that's like what you said, the money would just start coming in, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's switch to total body construction now, because you're doing tons of good stuff I want to talk to you about before we wrap this up today. The first thing I love was your punchline, and I'd like to go into that actually, is when you went into saying, I'm the only health and fitness coach that helps busy entrepreneurs create personalised body transformation plan to maximise the desired results by 55% guaranteed. Firstly,
right,
as a punchline, that's awesome. It just hits you straight away. You know exactly what you're doing, exactly what you're offering, and you know you're good at what you do. But can you just outline how you actually do this for the entrepreneurs you're working with?
Well, the main point of it, and I put in the guarantee because no one else does, and I will guarantee my product for 3 months to make sure that my people walk away 100% happy. And the way I do it is, I'm confident in the exercise part on how to make these people wherever goal they want to hit with their exercise. The nutrition, I am not excellent at. I know enough to get by, but I hire a master sports nutritionist who works 6 weeks with each one of my clients, giving them each individual meal plans so they know what food to be eating through this process to maximize, the nutritional side and their physical side. And then again, the third piece, which no one is doing except for me that I know of, is I also have a psychiatrist that I work with, and she gets the mental side brought on board to get people over their stress, to handle their, why are they stress eating or binge eating? Why are they, suffering at work and allowing these things to complicate them and be too busy for their health when they know their health is the most important. So many people out there in the fitness world either do one of the three, like nutrition, the physical, or the mental, but very rarely does anyone do all of the three. And that's where I can guarantee a product, because I know if you're eating right, you're working out, and your head is, in the game, I can guarantee my product because you're going to get results. I mean, nutrition is all math. Physical is just showing up for the appointments, which is why I push for the accountability part. And then the mental side of it is, clients feel so much better. And that's why I teamed up with John Lee Dumas for the Freedom Journal to give to all my clients, because it is such a good thing for that mental release, to write down your thoughts, to get to your goals and things like that.
Yeah, no, do you know what? That's such an incredible way of explaining the philosophy behind what you do, because I mean, even you could relate this to the entrepreneurial world, business world, you could relate this to anything, but if mentally, if you're not in the right place, you could be training someone 24/7, 7 days a week, all year long, and they won't get the results because mentally they're not in a place where they're ready to accept they're going to change, So I think that's an incredible thing you've done there. Actually, it's combined all three. And have you always had this outlook on fitness then? I mean, did you always try and combine all these three elements, or is it something you've sort of established and learned over the years?
I established and learned because a lot of the people that I'm connected with are old clients of mine. So I know them personally, like the psychiatrist. I trained her for her wedding. So she looked amazing at her wedding, and we just kept a relationship ever since. I also, the fourth piece, I also have functional medicine doctors that I collaborate with. So anyone that's on medications and autoimmune disease and things like that, I can now help them because they can get off their medicines, they can cure diabetes, we can get rid of their thyroid issues, all that kind of stuff. And again, no one else is doing that. Everyone's always focusing on the food or the workouts. So when I complete that package, people are like, well, I want his package. His is way better than anything else that's out there.
Yeah.
But that's growing rapport with those. It's just growing rapport with those doctors and things of that nature to allow me to have such a great service to offer my clients.
And I think there's a great lesson guys out there who are listening can learn from this is you're not trying to be the jack of all trades. I mean, you're striking strategic partnerships here with skill sets from people that are just experts in their industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
So entrepreneurs in the startup phase of their business, I mean, a lot of them, if they're truly giving everything they got, they're sort of just in that straight up hustle mode, cannot find time for anything else other than their business. So what small things can people implement straight away? Say someone's listening today and they want just a few things, a few hacks they can take away and start implementing to improve their health and well-being. What are the small things they can literally start implementing today to make a difference?
For their body or for their business?
For their body, for their health, for their body and their well-being.
Okay. The number one is my sleep rule. You guys, our body sleeps in 1.5-hour intervals, which most people don't know. So when you're going to bed at night, you want to make sure your alarm is set for something in an 1.5-hour interval. So whether that's 6 hours, 7.5 hours, 9 hours, you want to be sleeping for a period of time that you can wake up at your lightest point of sleep, so that way you're not groggy and you feel refreshed. That way you're not slamming the alarm clock. You're not moody and need coffee right away, things like that. Second is going to be my other go-to favorite, which is lemon or lime in your water in the morning for 12 ounces of water. It flushes your body with the citric acid, which helps with your liver, and that liver will help jumpstart your metabolism. So you feel alert, you feel awake, and you're getting your body ready to burn fat right away as soon as you wake up. So the liver does so many functions, and the more you can help it improve, the better off you're going to feel throughout the day. And then the third thing is my other quote that I love is live your life in the majority. So when there's 7 days in a week, if you want to be making a change in your body, you got to be active at least 4 or 5 or 6 of those days. You can't just work out twice a week and think that you're going to change something miraculous. It takes some hard work and effort into doing that. So living your life the majority, that's eating healthy and clean, 5, 6, or 7 days a week. It's not just, I was good Monday through Wednesday, but Thursday people wanted beers, and Friday's, baseball night, and Saturday's football. You got to really focus on living your life in the majority to understand that 90% of the time you're healthy, those 10% that you're bad, your body's going to flush that out of you because it knows it's going to get new and better food that next day. So those are really easy health hacks for people to understand their sleep, definitely be drinking the water, and definitely focusing on the majority.
Awesome advice. And if because a lot of people I speak to have this premise that they must train for hours a day to get any benefits from exercise. And I mean, I firmly believe that short, quick hits will do just fine. Because I'm like yourself, got a wife, family, business, and I'm super busy. So my exercise routine may last 30 to 45 minutes max. That's it. So do you find that the guys you're working with, these entrepreneurs, and especially like these high performers, do you find that you're giving them mainly short, sharp hits rather than sort of longer, apart from Pat, who does like the Ironman stuff, obviously, but the majority, do you find you're giving them the short, sharp fix as opposed to longer, more extended training sessions?
I book it for an hour, but as far as the physical aspect of it is around 30 to 40 minutes. We do a little warm up before, a little cool down after, and we do a lot of business talk since a lot of them are entrepreneurs, keep that rapport going and get to know each other better. But yeah, the actual physical part, you're right, is around the 30 to 40 minutes of real, tough intensity kind of thing.
And when you're training these guys, because I'm trying to get in the mindset of the entrepreneur that sits behind his computer all day, doesn't really go to the gym, and they haven't got much equipment around them. I mean, the workouts you're prescribing, are they simple, just body weight exercises, or do they have sort of certain small amounts of equipment around? I mean, how do you normally operate your training programs?
I usually make everyone have a stability ball, dumbbells, and a kettlebell to get started. I have Amazon affiliate links that are on my website so people know which ones to go buy. And then from there, as they get better and stronger, we'll add more dumbbells or add a resistance band, or I love the Bosu ball, because it's all small stuff that they can keep in their house that doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's so versatile that we can rock out awesome workouts and they feel tired at the end. Yeah.
Awesome. And I mean, your training programs yourself, I saw that you come up with a 13-point training system that gets people their results within 3 months. So could you actually break down how you come up with this program? Because a lot of guys going into this industry try just everything and they don't really stick to a certain blueprint that they know works. So how did you come up with this blueprint, and is it something that took you a long time to develop?
Well, part of it's from my sports medicine certification. So it's the optimum performance training, taking people from stability to mobility to muscle building to muscle strength to power workout to circuit training. So there's 7. And then the other parts is the nutritional part, the accountability part, the morning routine, the doctor parts, and the mental part. And then we finish up with the journaling. So that's why it's a 13-point system, because it's the body, the mind, and then the journaling to maximize it out.
And I saw on your site you always give people free assessments as well. Is that right?
Yeah, and I wanted to do that for your audience as well. Go to my website, tbc.fit/Sam, and we will be having a link there for you guys to click on and do a 30-minute assessment with me, whether you want to talk business, want to talk health, whatever I can do to help you guys. I am here to help.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that as well for the guys. That's an incredible offer, so really appreciate that. And you actually offer business advice as well. That's cool.
Well, for anyone looking to get into the online world that you might have that are in the fitness business, I'd be happy to see if I can help them some way or answer any of their questions.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And I mean, we've got to wrap it up soon, Jeff. So before we wrap this one up now, have you got any last parting words of wisdom for the listeners?
Take your time. I mean, don't rush. It's not going to happen overnight. Like I said, it took me 9 months of training Pat before I even did anything. So take your time and find whatever niche you guys are focusing on. Since I'm in the service industry, the best book I found was Book Yourself Solid by Michael Port. That is a great book to understanding how to build up a service-based business.
Awesome. And finally, Jeff, where is the best place for people to find you online, and how can I get in touch with you?
Go to the link I shared with you, tbc.fit/Sam, and or shoot me an email, jeff@totalbodyconstruction.com. Be happy to respond.
Jeff, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate your time, and I got a lot from that myself, and I know the listeners would have got a lot from that too. So thank you for coming on.
You're welcome, Sam. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Cheers. Thanks, Jeff. See you later. Okay, guys, and there it is. Jeff, thank you so much for coming on today, mate. It was incredible having you on the show. And guys, if you are going into the new year, I mean, the time of this recording is right on the run-up to New Year's Eve, okay? And we're going to be soon to be going into 2017. And this is the time where a lot of people start thinking about, okay, I need to get in shape, I need to get fit, I need to sort out my diet, I need to stop drinking alcohol, I need to just sort myself out. And guys, if you're one of those people, nothing wrong with that, okay? Good time to start is now. Get in touch with Jeff. He's here for you, okay? All his links are in the show notes below. If you can't get in touch with him direct, get in touch with me, guys, and I'll be happy to pass you on to him. I'm going to put it out there as well. If you are in the Northfleet area in Kent or in the Kent area in the UK, we have got my gym, NWK CrossFit. A little plug for myself there. First time I've ever done it on the show, but it's relevant here, so it's going in. And that is it, guys. And let's take this time now to have a little reflection on 2016. I don't believe in a year, I don't like New Year's Eve because it's not a year. Yeah, the year is ending, the physical year is ending, but it doesn't mark the end of anything for me. It's just continuing the journey, yeah. But let's reflect back. It's a good time to reflect back, guys, and just see just what you've achieved in 2016. And if you've achieved a lot, congratulations. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you haven't achieved what you've wanted to achieve, guys, if you've put stuff off, then now is the time to start, okay? This is the time to start and go out, make a difference to your life. Go and do something that's going to make you happy in 2017. All I want to do in 2017 is provide value, do something that makes me happy, and in turn, earn a nice income. Everyone loves to earn a good bit of money off the back of it, and I'm personally going to enjoy my New Year's. I'm going to enjoy seeing the New Year with my family, and I cannot wait. I've got some awesome stuff coming up in 2017, guys, personally and for MyCoda and the podcast and everything else. So, guys, enjoy your New Year's, okay? If you do want to lay down a plan, an action plan for 2017. If you want to get your butt in gear and you want to get something done, okay, and you want to do something that makes you happy, if you want to give back, if you want to contribute in 2017, get in touch. I'm sure I'll be more than happy to help you guys. I do offer a free 25-minute consultation or strategy session, as we call it. And in that call, guys, it's completely free. You're not going to be tied into anything. And it's just a chance for us to map out your choices, see where you want to go in 2017. This is the time to really get a hold of your life and move it in the direction you want to take it, guys, okay? And I've done it. I've got many friends that have done it. I'm learning from hundreds of very successful entrepreneurs that have done it and are doing it. And I personally feel that I'm in a position where I can help you do it too. Okay, so guys, please reach out, get in contact with me by the link in the show notes below. It will take you through to a page, a strategies, a work with Sam page, guys. Just click the book, the 25-minute call, and that'll take you through to a calendar, and you can book it straight through there, guys. Okay, it's very easy, and I'll be more than happy to speak to you in the new year. And that is it. So for me, guys, this has been an incredible 2016. I'm so happy with everything that's been achieved in terms of just providing so much value to you guys. And all I want to do in 2017, 2018 is continue to provide exactly the same value that I'm doing now, plus some. And I just cannot wait to see what 2017 brings for you, the listeners, and everything you're doing, for MyCoda, for the journey that we're on. And I look forward to sharing that with you too. Happy New Year, guys. I hope you have a fantastic New Year. Let's look forward to 2017. Please get in touch if you want to discuss your options in 2017 as well, guys. And I'm going to leave this one here. Happy New Year.